Hey guys, so this video is going to be going over just the market of Prismatic Evolutions and its Japanese counterpart, Terastal Festival, and how things are looking so far. So the prices have gone crazy. Prices going above MSRP has become a thing ever since the recent surging sparks. The difference is that surging sparks, you had a chance to get it at well below MSRP, probably around 90 to 110, maybe 120. If you even like just a couple of weeks before release, you could have gotten it like around that price. So and the other thing is that it comes out in booster boxes, which are usually stay for place anyway. But Prismatic Evolution is a special set, which means that the biggest item that it usually comes in is probably like the ETB. Sometimes there's some special premium collections or whatever, but usually the standard thing, if you want the biggest set, is to just purchase ETBs. And then for Terastal Festival, which I have over here, um, usually for this is it's a Japanese high class set. So for those of you who aren't familiar with those, these have 10 packs in them. And these are more relatively affordable to be honest. But we'll go over this. So if you look at TCG Player, prices are pretty crazy. So for example, Pokemon Center, ETB, it's like you could buy them for like I think it was 50 or 60. Like market price is like 400. The thing about some of these listings is that there aren't a lot of Spark pieces sold right now, so the prices might still be around this price or higher later on. But I separated out, I went through them, I just found the ones that had the biggest price increases. Or not the biggest price increases, but actually have people buying. So the first one is these mini tins. These mini tins have been very difficult to find. Actually, in fact, the products that are easiest to find typically, even nowadays, are the normal ACBs, the binder collections, the sticker collections, and the poster collection. So those are kind of the easiest. The hardest things to find is Pokemon Star ATBs they saw on the first day, I think. These surprise boxes are pretty difficult to find. Um, it's right there. Booster bundles are pretty. I don't really see them very often, and then these tins are very difficult to find. Yeah, that's what the sticker collections look like. So yeah, these tins, I think they come with like at least six or something. I don't know. Oh, eight tens. And so I think normally this would retail about like 10 to 10. So let's say this 60. It's selling for four times that price because they have like one evolution on each tin. So it's kind of one of the perfect tin sets. So this actually has some sales, like not a lot, but considering we're still a month before pre-release, like even 2 months before pre-releases, because the release is on January 16th around. So like even like 2.5 months before, it was already selling like at least like 10 or so every like couple of days or something. So or maybe at least five. So yeah, these are actually being sold, and there's not even a lot of listings of these. Like right now, there's nine, and there's some listings, but yeah. So this is a pretty popular thing. So this is probably about four times MSRP right now. Um, the normal things that are usually going to sell more are the Prismatic Evolutions ETBs. This is just the normal ETB. So retail is usually about 50, let's say 60. So this is about double MSRP right now. And yeah, it's selling like hundreds. So this is definitely a more better representation of people are actually willing to pay for. Um, yeah, so I think this is the sort of thing like you can see it was high, and then people were like, oh, $80, and now it's going up, and it's the same thing with Surging Sparks, like to some extent, like uh, when you don't want to pay the price, but if you think you're not going to be able to get it and the price is going to increase, then if you want it, you're going to have to pay for the price. So this could apply if you're a collector who just wants cards, and it could be if you're an investor who's just like, I don't want to miss out. Um, this binder, so let's see. This is about four times, so this is pretty popular. TCPs are about two times. It has like this nice Eevee card. I don't know if they I think they show it here, but yeah, there's this nice Eevee card, which is part of the reason why it's so popular. Binder collection, I think this is usually about $30, so this is about two times right now. And the price is actually going down actually on, but there are actually about like 10, let's say 5 to 10 sold every couple of days. So there's more listings of these. I know for 151, the binder collection, like there's only 5 packs in this. But the binder itself, even though I don't know, the binder's not really doesn't really come with much in it. But I think they're just rare, and So the 151 binder is more expensive. So I think people just saw this as like, oh, um, it should be more expensive too. Um, there's kind of a hierarchy. Like the ETBs are worth kind of more than the binder collection sometimes, and then oh, there's these surprise boxes. Yeah, I said these are popular because it comes with a random card. Um, and yeah, I think they MSRP for about 20 to 30, maybe 25, 30. So it's at least double MSRP. And yeah, these are selling like at least like 20 to 50 every few days. So yeah, this is right now there's only three listings. So I think that yeah, a lot of people probably aren't selling all of them. Like they're just like I'll sell it aftermarket because like, these things will sell instantly. They're really popular, hard to find. ETBs, I don't see these as often. And honestly, there's only even though there's only one line here, this was like today-ish. And there's 15, so I think that this will start picking up actually. Um, yeah, booster bundles are pretty popular in general, just because like they're just kind of pack efficient. Like investors like them because you can just keep them for a while. Actually, in fact, like if I were to invest in kind of these specialty sets that don't have booster boxes, I like booster bundles because they're just so small and like everyone likes them, so it's just kind of win-win if there's no booster box. But yeah, this is like probably about double MSRP as well. And then these poster collections, I think these are supposed to usually be 15 because there's only three packs. So it's a little more than double. But this is also going straight down. Straight down, it's like $10 or whatever. But yeah, these are selling not as much, but like five to 1 to 5 every few days. That's kind of the market. Like a lot of these things are kind of double MSRP, and then the tins are like quadruple MSRP. There's other sales here for stuff, but yeah, I guess that's sort of the market right now. That like I'm recording this on December 6th, so we still have a month and a half. So I wonder how prices will go for that. If you see the Searching Sparks graph, um, there was a lot of stuff up here. So actually, I'll type that. Let's see, because Searching Sparks, you can kind of sometimes predict some things based on that. But if you look at the booster box, um, so like I think release was probably around. I don't remember. But yeah, like there was the initial sort of like people overhyped, and we were like, okay, the price would be like one around here, and then it just kept going up and up and up and up. So it's sort of like I know there's a lot of resistance of people, but then the demand was just too high and the supply was too low. Um, yeah, we don't really the cards we mostly just know about from Terastal Festival, so I'll talk about that next. And people are probably looking at Terastal Festival because it's cheaper and has the cards that people want to know the cards do. Alright, so this is Terastal Festival, and so that's the pack. There's a special Eevee card. So a lot of the chase cards I think are basically this Eevee card, all the Eevee evolutions. So if I go down, like there's this Vaporeon, there's this Leafeon, Umbreon. I think the two most popular is Sylveon and this Umbreon. And then there's two other ones non Eevee that have been gaining popularity, which is this Roaring Moon, and Raging Bolts. Oh, and also this Eevee card. But I think those are kind of obviously this Eevee, but I think those are kind of most of the ones that are really hyped up at the moment and we'll kind of see as the market plays out which of these are. But there's about like 50 or so of these SIRs and get one SR per box. So like if you look at those odds, like your odds aren't really good. Like there's 8 EVs. Like you kind of have like if it's equal, you have like 1 in 50 chance of getting the card you want. So that's just a lot of boxes to open. Um, yeah, there's some other cards too. There's self talk about um, there's information about like a god pack, so like it's kind of small, but um, yeah, someone did pull a god pack with all of them, but I'm guessing that's pretty rare. But other than that, like yeah, I've heard the pull rates are pretty hard. There's a master ball kind of option, but it doesn't even come in one every box, so it's just like yeah, mastering this set's gonna be really difficult. And then so yeah, this is the first day it's released. If you pre-ordered in the United States, then um, your stuff should be kind of shipping to you probably this weekend. But it's Terastal Festival boxes. I think you can probably get cheaper, but generally people agree that like you're probably not gonna get much cheaper than like $50 on eBay. It seems to be selling at like 70, 60, 80. You like somewhere like the price is increasing, and people aren't sure how high this box will go. because Japanese, even though the Pokemon bull market's really hot, like Japanese just seem to print differently than the US. It seems to be usually a little easier to get stuff, but 151 did increase in value a lot at pre-release, so this one didn't. So it's just a little surprising. Um, and I looked up some of the cards. So yeah, I think the most expensive card is the Umbreon, which is going for about like let's say no, 280, 300, 250, 300, something around there right now. The prices seem to be a little more stable around there. There's not a lot of fluctuation, so it seems like right now everyone that's what people are willing to sell it for. Sylveon is about 100. It seems like so that's 90, 95. That's 100, but it seems pretty stable about 100 at this pre-release. Like there's some like 120s or, but yeah, I think they could obviously shoot like up or down a lot. And then the other evolutions, I checked them. I didn't pull them up, but they're usually about 50. That's kind of stable market price. I think the ones that are kind of pretty unstable right now are the Roaring Moon and the Raging Bolts. So I have them pull up like it's like there's 50, but there's 100, there's 300, there's like a 25. Like if it's 25, I think that's probably really undervalued. Um, but yeah, like yeah, there's a lot of prices that are just in the 20s, 30s. So but these are kind of oh, there's some buy it now. So honestly, I feel like that's pretty cheap. That's like the cost of a box, and uh, the Raging Bolts is like about 20. So it's a little surprising. I know like the set isn't about these cards necessarily, but I think that these will have more fluctuations over time. But yeah, that's sort of the market right now. Prismatic Evolutions, TCG player is selling a lot of the prices at twice MSRP or um, four times MSRP at tens. You can get them from store like the big box stores like Best Buy, Target, Walmart sometimes, but they're very rare. They get skipped up really fast. There was a moment like there's probably like a few days to a week where you could get them around MSRP. You can still get them. It's just very difficult. Excuse me. Terastal Festival seems to be way more affordable right now. Like um, I think even the months prior, um, Japan sells it for about 35 USD, but that's only live in Japan. After all import fees and stuff, like people are selling it for not less than like 45 to like 55 or 60. So the prices just aren't that much higher. Like it's not double um quite yet. Like there's 80, but if you get like $60, which I've seen people they get between 50 and 60 if they get deals and stuff right now, like it's not really that much more expensive. Um but yeah. So tell me what you think. Looking forward to see how this changes. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna not be. But if anyone wants to know any other sets or any info or market watches, let me know. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye.